This is the case of D.B. Cooper, also known as Dan Cooper. But first, follow my Instagram for daily memes and random content just like this. Now back to the video. The day was November 24, 1971. A mysterious man wearing sunglasses, a tuxedo and briefcase got on the Flight 305. The crew didn't think anything about it until the plane took off. When it did, Cooper handed a note to one of the flight attendants and she sat next to him because that's what the note said to do, or he will blow the plane up with the bomb in his briefcase. He told her to gather up $200,000 in $20 bills and to get a parachute and to tell the pilot to steer towards Mexico. When he got the money, he got out of his seat and put on the parachute and jumped out of the plane near the Colombian River, never to be seen or heard from again. It took the FBI until 1980 when a child found some of the money in the Colombian River, which was worth $5,800. It also matched the ransom money serial numbers of what D.B. Cooper stole. There were only 11 possible suspects in the D.B. Cooper case. Suspect number 1 was Robert W. Rackstraw. He was a pilot and a Vietnam veteran. He looked ideally close to witnesses describing of what D.B. Cooper looked like. Over the years he denied the charges. Suspect number 2, Richard Floyd McCoy Jr. He became a suspect after pulling off a copycat crime in the airline's flight of 855. The plane was a Boeing 727, just like the plane Cooper hijacked. He was ruled out as a suspect because he didn't look exactly like the description given to the FBI by the flight attendants. But to me he looks like D.B. Cooper. Suspect number 3, Walter Rica. The Detroit Free Press and other media outlets in Michigan published the article saying D.B. Cooper was a military paratrooper named Walter R. Rica. The news outlets said they were working with Rica's friend Carl Lauren and compiling evidence. Lauren said it feels like something he would do, but Rica died in 2014. Suspect number 4, Lynn Doyle Cooper. In 2011 the FBI was investigating a lead in the D.B. Cooper case given to them by Marla Cooper, the niece of Lynn Doyle Cooper, who died in 1999. She said she was 8 years old in 1971 during Thanksgiving when her uncle went out hunting for a turkey. When he came back he was bloody and bruised and said he had been in a car wreck. Marla said she heard her uncle tell someone, "We did it, our money problems are over, we hijacked a plane." Suspect number 5, William Pratt Gossett. In the year 2008 a news report on ABC News said that a college professor, William Pratt Gossett, also known as Wolfgang, showed a couple of his students a key to a safe deposit box in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. He claimed it contained the ransom money. He was a veteran with parachute training, but he died in 2003. There wasn't any way for them to link him to the case, so they eliminated him as a suspect. Suspect number 6, John List. In 2015 the Detroit Free Press published the article that said, John List, a World War II and Korean War veteran who, in 1971, murdered his wife, 3 teenage children, and 85-year-old mother, 15 days before the Cooper hijacking, was a suspect in the Cooper case. After the murders, List happened to withdraw $200,000 from his mother's bank account and disappeared. He was captured in 1989 after living under a false identity for 17 years. List would admit to killing his family, but told authorities he had no involvement in the Cooper hijacking. Ralph Himmelsbach, the retired FBI agent who initially investigated the Cooper hijacking, believes Cooper died, but added that John List warranted investigating because both were about the same height and weight and wore glasses. John List died in prison in 2008. Since no direct evidence implicates him, the FBI is no longer considering John List as a Cooper suspect. Suspect number 7, Richard Lepsey. In 1969 Richard Lepsey disappeared, and when the 1971 hijacking happened the photo of D.B. Cooper appeared on the TV screen on Lisa Lepsey, and her siblings all shouted, "That's Dad." They were all sure that it was their dad and that they both resembled each other very well. That has been the case of D.B. Cooper. This video took me the longest to make, but I did slack a little bit anyways. Thanks for watching.